What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I hope you like this video. Tribe, I'm going to tell y'all, I don't know how much longer I'm going to hang with this show, okay? I'm trying. But this is the Kings of Napa, Season 1, Episode 2. Listen. We start the episode off with the family coming together for a board meeting, and August is letting them know that they're going to move forward with her dessert wine. Of course, Dana is against it. He's telling her that it's not going to work. It's going to cut their profit margins, which in turn is going to hurt them with some other projects that they already had planned. She said, listen, it can work. I said it, make it so. And she basically tells everybody she needs all hands on deck. So then we see her talking to her mother. Her mother's like, listen, I'm packed up all your daddy's stuff. I'm ready to move on. And there's this big gala coming up that night. And she says, I'm going to accept this award on behalf of your father. And, at this point, and then I'm over it. I'm done. I'm moving on. August tells her mother, look, you need to take your time. Nobody expects you to be over it in a couple of weeks. It's been 3 weeks since the daddy died. So then she gets another phone call from the person that is extorting her. And, of course, the person don't say who they are, what they want, what the information is, or nothing. And so she goes to talk to Angie about it. Now, remember, Angie still ain't got no job. Angie's still on the sidelines, and she goes to lunch with Angie, and they professing the undying loyalty to each other and how much they love each other. And through that conversation, they find out that her daddy and Angie used to have a standing date where they would go to this restaurant and get lobster rolls. So she said, well, I'm sorry. So she said, so she got a little jealous. August got a little jealous, but then they realized that, well, they went there because there was a bank right across the street. And she was like, a bank? She said, Daddy don't bank. She was like, I'm pretty certain that's the bank he went to once a week when we would meet up. So they end up going to the bank. She pulls the bank records and finds out that this is a secret account and that religiously once a month for the last year, he's been pulling $150,000 out of that account to pay whoever this is that they're paying. So, for whatever reason, they decided to tell Dana what's going on. And they decided Dana was like, ain't nobody paying that. Like, that's crazy. Nobody's paying that. And she said, well, Daddy has to, whatever they have on Daddy, whatever the information is, it must be big because Daddy paid it. And if Daddy paid it, then we just need to keep paying it. And I'm thinking, that's got to be the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. You're just going to keep paying $150,000 a month indefinitely for information that you don't even know what it is. Like, at this point, it could be something that meant something to your father, and it might not mean nothing to y'all. Like, you just going to keep paying it. And Dana was like, we need to go to the authorities. Like, ain't nobody, he said, we don't negotiate with terrorists, And I got to agree with Dana on this one. But then they get a phone call, and the person is telling them that he's watching their mother, and he's right there at the house, and that he could basically kidnap their mama in 3 minutes, and that they need to comply or else. And I'm thinking to myself, again, I get the threat, but it ain't no way in the world that I would just blindly walk into no situation like that. Hell no. You got to tell me something. Like, I'm not saying I would immediately went to the police, but I'm going to tell him on the phone, you got to show me what it is that I'm paying for. Like, I need to know what this is about. I'm not just going to pick up a debt of that kind of money per month. I already see that my daddy been paying on it for a year. What? Anyway. So they end up going to the mama. Well, they went to the mama before they went to Dana. I'm sorry. So they go to the mama, Angie's mama. Okay? Angie's mama. Not her mama. Angie's mama. And she says, well, he did, maybe that is why he needed to borrow that money from me. Because, when he first borrowed the money, he was paying it back religiously. And then over the last year, it started getting a little funny with him being able to pay me my money back. And, I didn't know what all that was about. But, whatever it is, if your daddy thought that it was something serious, then maybe it's something you need, y'all need to keep doing. And I'm thinking, I just don't understand why people. Anyway. So like I said, they finally told Dana. And of course, Dana wasn't happy. And he really wasn't happy that they went and told the side chick, a.k.a. his auntie, before telling him. we see the mama, Angie's mama, Vanessa. I mean, not Angie's mama. I'm sorry. August's mom, Vanessa. She's still struggling. Not only with her husband's death, but with the secrets. That he left behind, which I could definitely understand that being a problem. We see with the youngest brother, Christian, he's having a problem because now that Angie's gone, his job is to go down into the fields and really learn how how the grapes, get that expertise down to take Angie's place, because Lord knows when they're going to give Angie a job back. Now, August keeps telling Angie, it's only a matter of time, it's only a matter of time, it's only a matter of time. But, of course, Angie don't know, and Christian, in the meantime, is supposed to be taking Angie's place. But the people in the field don't respect him. They see him as a spoiled little rich kid. I mean, he showed up late. He's got this laissez-faire attitude. And basically, the foreman down there is like, listen, just stay out my way. Like, go play with your toys. Go buy another car. Go do whatever it is that you do. But stay the hell out of our way. Leave us alone. Like, we got this handled. So it's the night of the gala. They look nice. Everybody looks nice. They're dressed up and they go down. And, Vanessa does her job. She accepts the award for her husband. She says all the right things. I think she did a little too much, but she said all the right things. And after she came off stage, she was like, take me home. But that's the same night that they supposed to be making the drop on this money. So August, Angela, and Dana, they go riding to the space, with a spot where they got to drop the money. They end up dropping the money and then they roll out. Later on that night, Dana is like, listen, this is ridiculous. Ain't nobody going to keep doing this. I'm not cool with this, because we lying to mama. We don't know what we paying for. We can't just keep putting money out indefinitely. That just don't even make sense. And of course, Dana is now seeing this as an opportunity where he could try to slide in, get in where he fit in, kind of thing. While they're out, after they dropped the money off, they went and got something to drink, eat, whatever. While they're out, they see Kelvin's wife. And again, you can see, I didn't think the woman was being all that snotty towards August, but August felt like she was being a little snotty towards her, but I didn't feel like it was like that. I think it's just because you like her, you like her husband, and, that's it. Christian is talking to Auntie Yvette, wanting to know why, the people in the field don't like him and how he gonna get them on his side. And she tells him, listen, why don't you buy them, why don't you buy them something? Why don't you treat them to something? Let them know you value them. Let them know that you care, kind of schmooze them a little bit. So he comes up with this bright idea that he's gonna buy them cognac and chicken wings. Well, it's the cognac he's making. It's his cognac and chicken wings. And the foreman is like, this is a dumb idea. We can't let these people drink and then go back out there in the field and handle equipment. Or better yet, or worse yet, drive home. Like, that's a liability waiting to happen. Think. So that sort of backfired on Christian, and it didn't really garner him what it was he was trying to get. So Dana, the next morning, Dana decides that, his wife is pushing him to tell Vanessa what's going on. I told y'all, there's something about that Rose. I don't like her. I think she pushy. I think she got an agenda. I don't know. But anyway, she's pushing Dana to tell Vanessa what's going on and tell her about the extortion. And August walks in and sort of intercepts that, and sorry about that. And Vanessa was like, well, not Vanessa. I'm sorry. Well, yeah. Vanessa was basically irritated because she said, why y'all keep... Because they played it off by saying that the $10 million that he borrowed from the auntie was to go to take care of orphans in Oakland or something crazy. And she was like, well, why did you lie to me about it? Well, maybe Dad, didn't want you to know because, you would say that he's doing too much or whatever. I'm like, that's stupid. And if she believes it, she's stupid. So then she says, well, I'm tired of all the secrets. Y'all should have told me the truth. The next time I catch y'all telling secrets, she said, August, you got 6 months to get this company where it needs to be, or we voting you out, and we're going to put somebody in charge who won't keep secrets from me and won't lie to me. What? Anyway. While this is going on, Angie is in her house painting. She accidentally knocks over some water. She opens up the boxes to clean up the water, and she finds love letters and mixtapes from her mama to her daddy and daddy to mama. And of course, her first inclination is to run over and give it to August because, of course, she's trying to show her loyalty to the family so she can get her job back. Well, while she's telling August about these letters that she don't want her mama to find out about, they're in a room where the door ain't even closed. So, of course, her mother walks up and her mother's like, what is it? Tell me. So her mother sees these love letters so, of course, it just proves what she already thought last week was that this was an ongoing affair. This wasn't a one-night stand. It wasn't a oops. This is something that had been happening. So, of course, now she mad at August. Now she doubly mad at Angie. And she about to go get drunk again. Baby, they have a tour. I think it's like Black Girls Who Drink Wine or something from Baltimore. She goes into it. They host them every year. Baby, she goes into that cellar. And she tells all the family business, okay? She lets it all hang out. I said, what? Talking about how her husband cheated on her and her husband did this and her husband did that. I said, what? What? Then, while this is going on, well, before this happened, actually, August is in the meeting with Kelvin so they can negotiate the deal with her auntie. And he says, well, listen. Your aunt said, in light of some new information, she's okay with going back to the monthly payments just so long as y'all keep the payments and that August gets her job back. And she signed a contract to that effect. Okay? Child. So then Kelvin says, well, now that we got the business out the way, let me see the other August. And she proceeds to go off on this whole tirade about how she's not going to be his side chick. She's not going to be his concubine. And don't come running back to her because he made a mistake and married the person that he shouldn't have married when he really wanted her. And da-da-da. And he's sitting there looking at her like... So when she get done going off, he was like, so, are you done? She was like, yeah, I'm done. He said, I'm separated. She was like, well, why you ain't say that? I'm like, you ain't give him a chance to say nothing. You automatically assume worse intentions. Like, how you going to assume that he automatically wants something wrong? Like, when he said I want to see the other August, he could have meant like the non-business side. Like, I've only seen you business wise. You've been real stoic. Let me see you smile. Let me see the old, not I want to have an affair with you. Oh my gosh. Anyway, child. But he said that, she said, well, you still wearing your wedding ring? He was like, because everybody don't need to know my business, but we not together. We're separated and it is what it is. So now what's up? And I'm thinking, now what's up? So I guess they gonna start dating, honey. My thing is, if a man is still wearing his wedding ring, I'm gonna need more than just his word that him and his wife are separated. You feel what I'm saying? Anyway, child. Well, after this, he is worried about their mama having a whole breakdown. He said Angie done came over here. She done made matters worse. Because my thing is, we already proved last week that your daddy had an affair. We pretty much proved that your daddy had an ongoing affair with your auntie. Did we need to prove, did we need the letters? Did we need the mixtapes? I was like, that is so 80s/90s. Mixtapes, for real. Remember when you used to make mixtapes for your boyfriends or your girlfriends? Anyway, I'm thinking to myself, I didn't understand the purpose of Angie doing that. I really didn't. And then, of course, Angie's mom was pissed off because she was like, girl, why you run over there and take the information to them? Why you ain't give it to me? Why you ain't let me see it? But then Angie takes out her anger on her mama. Well, which I could kind of understand because your mama was like the concubine, the other woman, didn't tell you who your daddy was. But she's like professing her loyalty to the Kings, like they're going to take care of her and they're going to, have her back or whatever. And next thing you know, who come knocking at the door? August, to fire her or to tell her that she's not getting her job back because Dana was like, listen, either you handle it or I'm going to handle it, but she can't come back up in here. Okay? Mama going to kill her. Next time she walk up in here, mama going to kill her. So, of course, now August is pissed off, and she calls, Angie is pissed off, and she calls August some choice words, okay? And, basically, you never cared about me anyway, how dare you, yada, yada, yada. So, next thing you know, Auntie shows up over to the house, and she telling Vanessa, listen, you don't have to like me, and I get that, but you're not going to be dicking my daughter around. Vanessa was like, listen, your daughter is a casualty of war. Like, I don't care about you or your damn daughter at this point if you want to know the truth of the matter. And she said, well, She said, to be honest with you, if August had wanted to bring her back, I would have supported that. But you see, my daughter is loyal to me. And I was like, oh, she threw you all the way under the bus, August, because you know good and daggone well she wasn't about to let you hire Angie back. That was messed up how she threw her under the bus like that. I said, oh, that is so wrong. But it don't matter, baby, because the last thing that Auntie said before that door got slammed in her face was, August, we had a deal. I said, there's a contract now. August signed a contract saying that she's going to get that girl her job back. She's going to have to give her job back, or y'all better come up with $10 million. That's all I'm going to say. Anyway, that's it. That's all. I don't have no more for y'all. I'm going to see if it get better next week, but this week's episode didn't do it for me, y'all. I'm just going to be real with y'all, okay? Talk to y'all later. Peace.